Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We're asking support from our Shaykh, inshallah, to send us something that is going to benefit us. Tarikatana soba fil hayri min jamiyat. Our tarikat is based on association, inshallah. Through the association, we are going to raise our stations to understand. We are sent here to understand Allah, to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We cannot worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without knowing Him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that hadith Qudsi, when He is saying, I was a hidden treasure and I wish to be known, so I created the world to know me. The meaning of that is for mankind to know Allah. It is not for the mountains, for the trees to know Allah. It is not for the sun or the moon. It is not even for the angels to know Allah. It is only for mankind. وَلَقَدْ كَرَمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. Only for Bani Adam. We have honored the children of Adam. And the most honored person of Adam, if we may speak like that, it is the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Of course, he was a prophet before Adam ﷺ, was between water and clay. If you go deeper into that, when Allah is saying, I created the world to know me, meaning everything in creation Allah has created. Everything in creation is in the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Nothing else exists in creation except for the Prophet. He is the prophet of the angels. He is the prophet for the trees, for the mountains, for the sun, and for the moon. And not every prophet is sent to be a prophet for everything in creation. He is a prophet for the prophets. Now, the hadith, Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, my Shafat. My Shafat is for those from my nation who have made what? The biggest sins. Let's put it very simple. Looking at it from one level, for those who are looking at that hadith Qudsi, saying for the ones who have committed the big sins, what are they? Murdering, right? List all the wrong big sins that are there. We don't want to talk so much about those. Now, Prophet ﷺ is saying, my Shafat is for those who have committed all these big sins. Every prophet, up to a certain point, they get very fed up from their nation, who did not accept them, who reject them, betray them, and they commit the bigger sins. And every prophet opened their hands, asking Allah either for punishment to them or for justice. You understand? Isa alayhi salam is not coming down for mercy. He's not coming down for mercy. He's coming down with a sword. So only Prophet ﷺ, he has been sent as a mercy to all the universes. Because he is Rahmatil lil Alamin. That is a special permission that is given to only him. Only one, not two Rahmatil lil Alamin. Only one. On the day of judgment, all prophets will ask for his intercession.
Efendimizin şefaati.
Now we come to one level of understanding that hadith.
Başka bir anlayacağımız seviyeye geliyoruz.
If you're walking in the path of the Prophet ﷺ,
Peygamberin yolunda yürüdüğün zaman,
if you're a believer,
eğer inanıyorsan,
if you are trying to hold on to the sunnats and you're trying to hold on to the awliyaullah,
onun sünnetine ve Evliyaullah'a tutunarak yürümeye çalışıyorsan,
if the man is a sincere one,
eğer o kişi samimi ise,
he's going to understand that every sin that he makes,
bütün işlediği günahlardan anlayacak ki,
it is the biggest sin.
o işlediği günahlar en büyük günah.
In his eyes, there is no difference now.
Onun gözünde hiç
To himself, not to others.
aynı değildir.
When the man who is cleaning a cup,
Bir insan, bir adam bir bardağı temizliyorsa,
they all have the same method of cleaning the cup.
hepsinin aynı bir şekilde
Water, soap,
temizleme
you
şekli
dry it up.
vardır.
It's finished.
Yıkarlar, sabunla yıkanır ve kurulur.
Everybody knows what the dirtiness is and how to clean it.
Herkes biliyor o bardağın nasıl kirli olduğunu.
But for those who are
Temizler.
polishing this glass, this cup,
Ama o bardağı böyle güzel parlak yapanlar ki,
even a fingerprint, it is
parmak
the
izi
dirtiest dirt
değdiğinde bile ne
that is on
kadar
the cup.
kirli gösterir o güzel yapılmış bardağı diyor.
Everything that is small appears very big in his eyes to his own cup because he's polishing it.
Bardağın üzerindeki ufacık şeyler bile ona çok büyük şeyler olarak gözükür diyor. Çünkü o kadar güzel ve temizdir ki.
We are believers.
Büyük olarak diyor. Biz de inanan
We're
insanlarız.
asking for Shafat
Biz de şefaat istiyoruz.
with in every day,
Her
in
gün,
every hour,
her saat,
with every breath.
aldığımız her nefeste istiyoruz diyor.
Because now, with every step that we're going to even not remember Allah and His Prophet
Attığımız
ﷺ,
her adımda Peygamber Efendimiz ve Allah Teala'yı hatırlamadığımız için
in the way of faith, it is considered a big sin.
bu iman yolu üzerinde büyük bir günahtır zaten.
What is the biggest sin?
En büyük günah nedir?
You mentioned one,
Bir
correct?
tanesini sen söyledin az önce.
In the dua, may we not take the rights of others.
Başka insanların hakkını
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, don't come to my presence with these two sins.
Allah Teala diyor, benim
One is
yanıma
shirk and one is
iki
not
büyük
taking the
günah
rights of
gelmeyin.
others.
Birisi şirk etmeyin, ikisi de insanların hakkını yemeyin.
The biggest sin is shirk.
En büyük günah şirktir. Allah şirk koşmaktır.
What is shirk?
Şirk nedir ki?
What is the biggest shirk to declare your own existence?
En büyük şirk odur ki kendi kendine varlık iddia etme.
Because only Allah exists.
Bir tek Allah Teala en büyük varlık odur.
But for those who are stuck in this world,
Bu dünyada mahsur kalan insanlar
they will misunderstand.
bunu tabii ki yanlış anlayacaklar.
They think everything exists.
Zannediyorlar ki bu dünyada
It is not.
Allah Teala'nın dışında her şey kendi başına yaratılmış.
We are here to say La ilaha illallah,
Burada la ilahe illallah demek için.
to live La ilaha illallah,
La ilahe illallah'ı yaşamak
to make our
için.
ego to be nothing,
Nefsimizi hiçbir nefsimizi yok etmek için.
to make our spirit to disappear,
Ruhumuzun da kaybolması.
to return it to Allah.
Allah Teala'ya geri
Even our
dönmemiz
spirit
için.
doesn't belong to us.
Çünkü ruhumuz bize ait.
We have to return it to Allah. Whether we like or we don't like it, it's going to be.
Yani bu
No?
hoşumuza gitsek de gitmesek de.
Inna lillahi ve inna ilayhi raciun. Everything is going to return to Allah. The time will come when nothing will exist again.
Öyle bir zaman gelecek ki hiçbir
Correct?
şey varlıkta olmayacak.
Quran is saying,
Kur'an söylüyor.
only Allah
Kerim'de böyle
and Allah will declare
o zaman bir tek Allah kalacak, Allah Teala kalacak ve o zaman onu
who is your Lord now.
şimdi sizin Rabbiniz kim diyecek buyuracak.
The tariqat is to teach us.
Tarikat bize bunu öğretmek için.
We are not Lord, Allah is.
Biz haşa Tanrı değil.
As long as we're declaring ourselves, declaring our ego, declaring our dunya and our shaitan and our hawa,
Dünyamızı, nefsimizi, hevamızı, kendimizi bir şey olduğunu zannederse
we're still putting Allah aside.
o zaman Allah Teala'yı başka bir kenara koymuş oluruz.
As long as we're not being nothing,
Eğer
if we're
hiçbir
not
şey
being
olacak
nothing,
olursak, kendimizi yokluğa
we declare that we are
çıkarırsak
something.
ve kendimizi hiçbir şey olacak gibi görürsek,
In the way of the Prophet ﷺ,
Peygamber Efendimizin
in the way of
yolunda,
tariqat, it is to declare your existence,
kendini
your
varlık
partnership to
istemiş
Allah.
olacaksın ve böylelikle şirke girmiş olacaksın.
And for
Bunu
that,
yaparsan.
that is the biggest sin.
Bu gerçekten büyük günahlardan bir tanesidir.
And for the believer, there is a bigger sin than anything else that can be committed.
Bir inanan için, bir Müslüman için böyle şeyler, ufacık şeyler böyle çok büyük bir günahlar olur.
Because shirk is to take away the rights of Allah.
Şirk, Allah-u Teala'nın hakkını almamak.
And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, don't come to my presence with these two sins.
Benim huzuruma bu iki günahla gelmeyin.
One is shirk and one is taking the rights of others.
Şirk ve diğeri de insan kul hakları.
And Allah, subhanallah, Allah, the most merciful and the most compassionate, is saying, it is up to Him to forgive or not. He is the most forgiving. There are so many prophets and so many saints that will intercede. Because who is not going to declare that there is an Allah once the angel of death takes their life? Everyone will wake up.
Herkes o zaman uyanacak.
So now, Prophet ﷺ, showing to his nation, showing to those who are walking in his way, how to be a mercy. There is Shariat. We must uphold the Shariat. And the Shariat is to protect each other's rights. But tarikat, marifat, and hakikat, it is to protect Allah's rights. So Allah is saying, if you come into to my presence with others' rights, I will not forgive you until they forgive you. So for the believers, as Allah is Rahman and Rahim, as the Prophet ﷺ, Rahmatul lil Alameen, we have to be forgiving as well. But not forgiving in a weak, naive, childish way.
Yani çocuk gibi değil de hani gerçekten anlayarak affetmemiz gerekir.
It is not to be foolish.
Yani akıllı olmamız gerekir.
Understand? So, may Allah make us to have more knowledge and more understanding.
Allah Teala bizlere daha çok ilim ve
And to be able to
şekilde basiret versin.
And for people to learn from it, inshallah.
Ve insanların bunu öğrenmesini nasip etsin.
Answer your question or not?
Cevabını aldın mı?
Inshallah. Astaghfirullah. I have to say Allahu alam bi sawab. Otherwise Wahhabi is going to get very upset.
Yani böyle söylemezsem diyor Vahhabiler diyor çok kızacak.
Okay.